Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly focus for May the 14th through to the 20th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you, Tilly, for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Let's turn to the cards and see what they reveal about the energy that surrounds us and how to go forward in a positive light. The Tower card. The Tower card appears as your very first card. Everybody else had these like fabulous cards, and we get the Tower card, which can be a fabulous card. We just don't always see it that way. Okay. Very often the Tower card comes in to tear down those walls that we have fixed and fixed and fixed and repaired to try and keep them standing all this time. It's time to tear it down to the basics. It's time to allow closure in our life, completion in our life. It's time to move forward. But first, we have to tear down those walls. And we're going to see our walls tearing down this week a little bit, and hopefully in beautiful ways. So go with the flow. Definitely go with the flow. Don't try and fight any kind of change that's happening in your life this week. Go with the flow and see what happens. See what becomes of it. So often people talk about some of the worst experiences of their lives and how it transformed them into the most incredible paths forward. I can clearly say that myself, a single mom raising 3 kids on her own, working full time, and 2 of them with autism. And you talk about challenges and struggles and tears and chaos and fires to walk through. But how my life is so radically different than the mundane life I would have had without those challenges, making me strong, making me more intuitive, making me filled with wisdom, learning so much through the eyes of children with autism, showing me my strength, putting me on certain paths of knowledge that I really wouldn't have even dipped my toe into that water had I not been forced into it, so to speak. And people say, what was it like with, having 2 sons with autism? And, well, fabulous. But sometimes when you have nothing else to really compare it to, you go with the flow a little bit more. And the challenges are much easier than trying to fight it. So don't worry so much about the situations that you are in, but know that, the Tower card only releases things in your life that has served its purpose, that needs to be removed in order for you to step into the new experiences. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is saying, you're holding on to certain things here. You don't want to let go. This is giving you comfort. This is giving you balance. This is giving you love. And you're not willing to just let go on those things. And if you would, if you just stand up, look at how firmly you've got a foot on each pentacle. You've got one straddled between your legs. You're hugging one close to your chest. It's like mine, mine, mine. I'm not giving it up because I know this has value. I know this has worth. It always has. Therefore, it always will. And yet, this door of abundance is right behind you. And if you stood up for a moment and turned around, you'd see it. And what lays beyond that door? Because you can't possibly get up and open that door holding on to everything so tightly. And so there's a challenge here for you this week of what truly, you might be looking at the priority list and you might be reevaluating everything that was once a priority in your life and looking at it through a new perception, new eyes, a different approach. Maybe you're being more creative with things that have come to pass in your life and how to move forward. Maybe you'll see where somebody told you a long time ago not to step into something because you weren't good at it or you didn't have the qualifications or for whatever reason. And you believed them. And yet, something's always pulled you back into that path. Maybe it was just your thoughts. Maybe it was different opportunities coming your way. But you relied on that truth so long ago that you wouldn't be any good at it, that you couldn't make money from it, or you wouldn't find true love or happiness or balance along that path. And now you see it for what it is. So, and it could be something very deep within you this week that comes out. It could be like an unacknowledged or repressed part of your emotions or thoughts that come out of self, of who you are, which allows you to stand up and turn around and open up that door of opportunity. We have the hangman, meditation, prayer, reflection, all very important things to do. You're not struggling here. You are contemplating. You are weighing out the pros and cons. You are seeing the balance that can be in your life or that you want to invite into your life. Pay very close attention to your intuition. Pay very close attention to your higher wisdom. Intuitive knowledge here is very strong with the hangman. Work and career, we have the justice card. You're willing to make that commitment to yourself. The justice card is this beautiful energy. Because if you're willing to make the commitment, if you're willing to put in the time or the energy or the resources, the rewards are so plentiful. This brings in a balance. And yes, you have to make some hard decisions, some strong decisions about how you are going forward in work, in career. Or maybe your finances. Maybe you are redoing your finances completely. Understanding what brings in value, where you have been wasting your resources. This could be what defines you. If I were to meet you, would you tell me about work and career? Would you tell me about the things you do within the community? Would you tell me about your family? What defines you as a person? You're making some strong commitments to yourself in order to bring in the balance, in order to bring in the abundance, in order to bring in the happiness, the joy. Relationships, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords for relationships. You know what you want. You know what you need. A new day is dawning. Once again, follow your intuition here in relationships. Now, this could be a soulmate, this could be a lover, but it could be a parent, a child, a sibling, it could be a best friend, it could be somebody close to you within the neighborhood or work. It's like you have a true sense of who you can trust, of who's going to support you, of who's going to be there for you, of who you want to be there for. This card talks about all the trials, all the sorrows, all the fires, all the chaos that you may have walked through in order to learn your lessons in relationships. But now you know what you truly want and need and desire when it comes to love, when it comes to passion, when it comes to sensuality, when it comes to trust, respect, support. And so this new path for you in love and relationship and growing, this is almost like a pullback. This is almost like the hangman kind of energy. Or it could be a little bit of the tower energy, I'll warn you. And when I say the tower energy, we may be stripping that relationship back down to the basics. Okay, it doesn't mean the relationship is ending, but we may be stripping it down to the essential parts, the basic parts. The reason why you were first attracted to each other and rebuilding those walls. Because maybe some of those walls actually prevented you from sharing your heart with another. Once again, this could be some unacknowledged or repressed part of who you are and how you respond to other people, and seeing it through new eyes, seeing who you are and what you bring to the table, who you can trust, perhaps trust for the first time again in your life, knowing that you've learned the lesson successfully, that you've got the wisdom. Strong energy for you. Spirituality is the karma card. Know that what you have given to the world will come back to you tenfold. This is the time, when the karma card shows up, this is the time for, well, kind of like magic to come into your life. Things just appear out of nowhere. Maybe it's an opportunity, maybe it's a relationship, a partnership, situation happens. So this is a trust and believe in God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, source, whatever name you give that divine energy. To trust and believe that you're headed in the right direction. That anything that comes your way is for your higher good. That moves you into your path that you want the most in your life. The abundance, the well-being, the balance. The Empress shows up for health, well-being. Making a new commitment to yourself to be healthier, to be stronger, to be more in charge of your life. Maybe it is lessening some stresses in your life. Maybe it is taking, maybe delegating obligations and responsibilities, things that have brought in stress or fears or anxieties, burdens in your life that you've been carrying. This is like a birth, a rebirth of who you are, of So the Empress is one of our highest intuitives in the deck. She's also one of our highest diplomats in the deck. So we are making the plan. We are making a plan for a healthier us, a healthier you. So when it comes to new moon affirmations, you may want to look at some healthy choice in your life. Maybe you want to take up cycling or walking, or maybe that yoga class, or maybe it's taking that little bit of time for yourself each day, or carving out that hour or two to reward yourself, to find pleasure and joy and happiness in the things that you like. Reworking the routine so that you can fit in moments of pleasure and happiness and joy and focus on you, your health, your well-being going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.